everyone. So in today's video I want to share my entire coat and jacket collection with you. This video has been requested by quite a few people and I'm really happy to share this collection with you. However, I want to put a little disclaimer right here. I have a lot of coats and jackets for a few reasons. The first reason being that I live in an area where the weather changes a lot. During the summer it gets really hot, in the fall it rains a lot, and then during winter it can get extremely cold and snow. So basically I need a lot of jackets for different temperatures. Also, I've built this collection over the past few years. I did not get all of these jackets at once and most of them were really inexpensive. So if you're watching this video right now and you're just interested in seeing the jackets, I'm happy to share them with you. However, I don't want to take away of this video to be that you need a lot of clothes to dress vintage, because you absolutely don't. So yeah, having that said, let me share my 60s and 70s jacket collection with you. Starting off with this jacket. This is one of my all-time favorite jackets. It's a 60s vinyl coat. It is an original piece from the 60s. It is so beautiful. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's really loud if you move in it, but I don't really care. It's so beautiful. It has the classic cropped sleeves. I love the green color. I think this one is so dreamy. It's perfectly for mod looks. I think vinyl jackets in general are kind of underrated because they're a lot warmer than you think. They're just not breathable at all, so you kind of have to take that into account. I also really love to wear this when it's like not that cold but maybe raining a lot. And I actually got this one 1 or 2 years ago at like the end of winter, so they were pretty much getting rid of all the jackets they still had, and this one was really inexpensive. I think it was around 20 euros, so that was a great deal. Speaking of jackets that I got at the end of the season and that were really inexpensive, I got this next coat for 5 euros and I couldn't believe my luck. This one is so gorgeous. It's a red woolen coat. It even has like a really beautiful vintage tag in here. This is most definitely fake fur because my hair gets really crazy when I wear this, so I usually like take it up because it kind of gets electrified by the collar. If anyone has a tip on how to deal with that, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear it. I just love the red buttons on this one, and then it also has like this cute little detail in the back. I think this one is also really good for a classic 60s look, and woolen coats were just a big trend back then. Next up is this beautiful black coat. It kind of has these embedded flowers. It has really big beautiful buttons. I love this jacket. I think it's so beautiful. However, I have a problem with it, and that is the sizing. So for me personally, shopping for jackets isn't that easy. I'm only 5'3" and I'm also kind of petite framed, so basically a lot of jackets are really big on me on the shoulders, and that's what's kind of up with this one. I feel like you can probably see it in the try on portion that the shoulders just don't look right on me, so I'm probably gonna give this one away in a bundle, but I love it. I think the embroidery is so beautiful. This next jacket is probably my most worn jacket because it's just the warmest jacket I own. It's this gorgeous classic leather fur coat. I got this one at a thrift store in Brighton, England, and I cannot even tell you how much I love this coat. I've been looking for a coat like this for such a long time, but as said, it's kind of hard for me to find vintage jackets because I'm so small. So when I found this one, I got so excited. I think it was around 30 or 40 pounds. I don't really remember. It's been like 2 years. But I really love this one. It's so warm and beautiful. I kind of also really love the shade that it has. So I will pretty much wear this all winter. This is the first leather jacket that I'm showing you. I have a lot of leather jackets and fur jackets. Some of them are real, some of them aren't. I quickly want to talk about the topic of leather jackets and fur jackets. I personally live vegan. I think it's not ethical to buy a new leather jacket, buy a new fur jacket. However, this is just my opinion. I'm just putting it out there. I think the most sustainable thing to wear are clothing pieces that are already made. So I think wearing jackets and coats that are fur, that are leather, but they're pre-used is okay for me, and I think it's the most sustainable thing to do. However, do what you want. This is just my opinion. I remember buying this jacket really specifically because I was at a thrift store with a friend and I saw this jacket and I was like, well, that's kind of interesting. Do you see it? It's kind of like a golden shimmery jacket and then it has these fur details, and I was like, well, it looks really big. I don't think it's gonna fit me. And then I looked at the tag and it's a petite size, so basically this one is made for shorter people. So even though it's pretty big, it kind of has a good length on me and I really like it. It's a wonderful vintage find, and even though it's kind of big on me, I really like it. Moving on with this jacket concoction kind of thing, I talked about this one in my previous video where I styled summer clothes for fall. These are basically two jackets, this leather jacket and then this more modern inlaid jacket. I put them together because I just really like the look of it. But the leather jacket itself is pretty cool. I really love the color. I feel like warm leather tones also go really well with my hair. And this one only has a tiny tag because the logo is actually kind of imprinted into the leather right here. And it says made in Norway, so I think that's pretty cool. Moving on with this jacket. This is my full fur jacket. It's a real fur jacket. I love it. It keeps me so warm. As said, I think it's okay because it's pre-used. This one also was a great find because it fits me like a dream. I love the design that it's kind of put into the fur. I think it's so beautiful. I also really love the little collar. Rounded collars were really popular in the 60s, and the sleeves are also really popular for the time period. As you can see, they're kind of looser and then they come in a little tighter right here, which is also great because it really keeps you very warm. If you watched my most recent thrift with me, you've probably already seen this jacket. This one is just to die for. When I was in the store, I was kind of going back and forth about buying this one because it was like 40 euros or something. But I love it. This one is from the late 60s originally. It is a penny lane kind of Afghan coat. It has this really beautiful fabric and I just love this one. It also has the metal clasps. This is such a dreamy coat and I'm so glad that I got it. Moving on with a 70s style jacket, this one. This one was gifted to me by a friend. She just didn't really wear it anymore, but she knew that I would wear it a lot and that I would love it a lot, and she was completely right. I love this jacket. It's like a patchwork leather jacket made out of all of these different colored patches. It is from the 70s. It's so beautiful and I just love this for like a pop of color. Moving on with one of the few jackets I have that isn't vintage. I got this one when I was 18 or 17 shopping with my mom. This one, I got it at Esprit, which is a German company, I believe. I don't know if it's like an international thing. It says established in 1968, and this was part of a collection where they brought back things that they had sold in the 60s. So this one kind of is a remake of their 1968 collection, and I think it is so cute. It's kind of like this really nice little fur jacket. It's really cozy. I really like the buttons in the front, and I think this is great for days where it's not really that cold yet, but you kind of want something to cozy up into. Next up is this really classic 60s blazer. I think this kind of pattern is called houndstooth. I'm just not too sure about it. This one is like a blazer jacket, which goes great with a lot of mod looks. This one is also great for a beatnik look or even more of like a factory girl style. I really like it. I got it at a thrift store, and this one also was pretty inexpensive. I cannot tell you how often I've been asked about this jacket and where I got it from. It's this really classic woolen jacket, beautiful dark green color, and the answer is so simple. This is an H&M jacket. I got this one when I was 15 or 16, so I had this for so many years, but I just love this. I used to wear this one to school. I wear it all the time still. I think it's a beautiful jacket. As said, nowadays I wouldn't buy something from H&M, but back then I did. And I'm honestly really impressed with the quality of this because I know that a lot of H&M clothing pieces aren't really that high quality, but I had this one for so many years and it's still in great condition. Next up is this really cool jacket. I actually got this one at a costume drive. It is a velvet jacket that has these really cool kind of clasps. This one wasn't a stage play, which is why it has this like hole here. I don't really know if it was burnt into, if it used to be like a shooting scene or whatever. I don't really mind it, to be honest, because I love the jacket. I love the cut, love the color. I think this is such a unique, cool find. And I know that it wasn't that expensive because it has this hole, so I'm really happy with this find. Next up is an all-time classic, a classic 60s jean jacket. As you can see, this one has really cool little buttons and they're kind of hidden. It's a more fitted look, which was more popular in the 60s. Got this one at a vintage store as well. I added this button that I got in New York a while back, but I really like this jacket. I think it's a very classic look. It's great. It doesn't really keep you too warm. It's more of like a lighter denim, but it's great for summer. Next up is this really cool blazer from the 70s. I love the way that the collar on this one looks. I also love the kind of soft cord velvety structure and the pattern. Of course, it's such a dreamy pattern. It has really cool little buttons in the front. I think there's not a lot to say about this. It has a slight shoulder padding, and I think this one works so well with a really classic simple look. Moving on with another one of my all-time favorite jackets, this one. I think this one is so cute. I love the red red little details, and the way that the buttons also have these beautiful detailings. It has the old classic lot number, so it was definitely made in the 60s. And I really love the kind of more cropped, more fitted look of this one. Moving on with more leather jackets, starting off with this red one that I thrifted in Budapest. I love this one. It's a really loose fit, but the length is really good on me because it's kind of like a shorter cropped jacket. I love the color. I'm all for colored suede. I think it's such a cool look. I love the buttons on this one. People start commenting about how often I say that, but I love fabric covered buttons. I think it's so beautiful, and with this jacket it's just a dream. I also really love that this one doesn't have a collar. I don't really know what it is about this one because usually I really love collars, but in this jacket I'm really glad that there isn't one. Next up is this really classic beige suede blazer jacket. Love this one. It's great for like super classic 70s looks or like a late 60s look. It has a really nice lining, and I honestly feel like leather jackets, even though they're kind of thin, they keep you really warm. Moving on with a jacket that is really special to me. It's this one. I don't really know if you can see it that well in here, but you'll probably see it really well in the try on. This is a beautiful cheap wool knitted jacket. It has the most dreamy embroidery on it. This jacket is so warm and nice. It's from the 70s. It is really heavy and thick. I love to wear this. This one is really dear to me because when I was hospitalized with my eating disorder, it was really cold. Like, the hospital was in an area where for times the snow would be like 2 meters high. And so it was really cold also inside the building because they had to open the windows all the time because of COVID. And so basically I lived in this jacket. And this one is so nice because it feels like a blanket kind of wrapped into it. I love the detailing. I think it is so cool. And I remember buying this in Berlin in a thrift store, and I was like, it's 25 bucks. That might be a lot, but I don't regret anything about it. This is one of my most worn pieces. Moving on with a very light jacket that is almost more a kimono. It's this beautiful satiny jacket. I love this one so much. The embroidery and detailing on it is fabulous. The back is also so dreamy. This one doesn't really keep you warm at all, but it's just beautiful. We made it to the last jacket, and that is this beautiful 70s penny lane coat. It has the classic plastic clasps that you put into the little holes right here. It is such a cool piece. I love the collar. It is really soft on the inside. And this one actually has a funny story to it because I got this one for free. So basically someone put this on the German equivalent to Craigslist, and they were like, well, it's kind of a bit burnt and stained. As you can see, it kind of has like some burned pieces right down here, and I will just give this away for free. And so I reached out to the woman and asked her about it, and she was like, yeah, it kind of has some stains, but you can just have it. And so she gifted it to me, and I got rid of all of the stains. The only thing that left is this little like burnt hole back here, and then there is a hole in the lining right here, which I was trying to fix, but for some reason it came apart again. But I don't really mind that. Honestly, I don't mind it. I love this coat. I love how long it is and how it's just such a cool looking fit. So that's it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment down below telling me which one of these jackets is your favorite, and also feel free to tell me about your favorite jackets in the comments. I'd love to read it. If you enjoyed the video, I'd love you to give it a thumbs up and maybe even share it with a friend. It supports me, it supports the channel, and it would mean a lot. If you're interested in all things 60s and 70s, like the makeup, the pop culture, the fashion, the people, the music, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I upload multiple videos every single week all about that, and I would love to have you around. I hope you have a beautiful day. Go out, enjoy the sunshine, take yourself some time to focus on you and your mental health today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye guys!